Hi everyone, my name is Sharon, and so on Friday I showed you that I had the 6 legs of the crab finished. It's gotten tangled up. I kind of knotted it together like this. That is just to keep them all together. And yeah, I got the 6 legs together, and I didn't know how much more I would have finished. I knew that last week was not a very good crochet week. First of all, last week on Sundays I take my Ozempic, and yes, I've taken it already. Now the effects of it don't kick in until much later, so hopefully I'll be able to at least get the eyes done today. I haven't started them. They're going to be white, and they're going to poke out because crab's eyes poke out. And so they're going to be white with the eye on the very tippy end, except the eye. But anyway, I did finish the pinchers, the blue tip. I made it curved. One of these, I messed up a little bit on one of them, and I didn't try to fix it. I knew what I had done. It was a low lighting situation and getting tired situation, and somehow I put 7 on one of these. The bigger one probably had 7 going around instead of 6 in the beginning before it gets up to 9, and then because at the end it gets up to 9. But they did curve okay. Chomp, 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 chomp. It's going to get you. Anyway, so it worked out okay. I can't really think of which one. But, you know, I do start with 4 on these in the magic ring to make them pointy. And, yeah, 4 on these. But the eye, I'm starting with 6. I don't want the eye to be pointy. The eyes on the crab stick out. They like a little... So, that's what's going to do. And then I'm going to work on the bottom shell. After I get to the count of 78, I'm changing color so that the bottom of the shell will be different than the flesh of his body. You might see a little flesh of his body where the legs are going to come from and where the pinchers and eyes are going to come from. I'm going to show the top shell, bottom shell not connected. That's just what I'm doing with this. Just I don't know if that's what, you probably wouldn't see it like that, but I don't know. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, so we didn't have Natalie Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. A break. And I got some crocheting done, not much, because Wednesday I crocheted. Thursday, doctor appointment, crocheted a tiny little bit. Finished crocheting up on Friday. Did some more crocheting. Saturday crocheting. But it just still wasn't a very, Thursday doctor appointment, I think I was stressed. So headache came back. But you know, last Sunday, a week ago, I had that ice pick headache, and it was like in the evening time. And like I said, the Ozempic, the side effects from the Ozempic don't kick in right away, and I am prone to migraines, so that side effect is easy for me to get. And after that, my migraine was not one I could just ignore. Sometimes I can ignore them. But and with my great niece, she likes to be loud. Sundays are the worst. I don't know why. You know, I try to sleep until like a certain time, and she comes in here earlier, and if Mama's in the shower, she comes to make sure I'm awake. So, and she knew I was awake because I had to get up and go to the bathroom, but I was trying to get a little bit more snoozing done after going to the bathroom. But anyway, she came up on the bed, snuggled against me. I guess it's her way of giving me loving. And I just laid there trying to sleep. I get to spend the day with her after. When she comes back from church, she's full of energy. And that's helpful sometimes. I wish I had her energy. Yeah, I wish I had her energy. Now, tomorrow, I'll probably start on the shells. Today, I'm going to make the eyes. And the eyes are a little quick. They go at magic ring is 6. And then the back loop is 6. And then 4 more rounds of 6. And that's it. 6, 6, 6. All the way 6. But the safety eyes are going to be put in the center. So after get the started, I have to gauge to see, make sure that I have room to go into that back loop. The back loop is to kind of square it off rather than round it down. Because if you go through both loops, it's going to go into like a round. It's going to be rounded. But if you go into the back loop only, it's going to cause it to kind of have like a cylinder kind of thing. That's what it would do. And then, yes, when I change colors on the bottom shell from yellow to pink, light pink, what I'm going to do is back loop only. I need to write that down in my pattern. I don't think I've written that down, back loop only, in my pattern. And there's another thing I changed that I haven't written down in my pattern. I need to remember to write it down because I changed in the increases on the pincher. I had done 2 increases and then pushed the other one to the end, and I did all 3 at the same spot to make it curve better. And it does curve better that way. So that's what I did. Put them all the increases in the front. And when you put all the increases in the front, it makes it curve. But that's a little trick that I've learned, and I like doing that. And there's a stitch that someone else has done that I'm interested in investigating. It's where they go into the back instead of going from forward, they go backwards, and they pull up the string and they come forward in the next stitch like you were decreasing, but a weird decreasing. And then they pull their loop up, and then of course they start the next round in that same stitch where so that you're not really decreasing. It's just you're doop doop. And supposedly that was making a ridge for a conch shell that someone did. And I'm going to experiment with that stitch on some things. I don't know. Not on this crab. It's not written down. I'm just going to, get a scrap yarn and crochet some and experiment to see how that stitch works out. They put it on their thing as PBS or something like that. I'm not sure. I have to look at that video again and investigate that stitch to see what it's actually called. Because it's not back loop only. It's a weird kind of thing. And I'm interested in it, in that stitch, learning new stitches that you can use in the amigurumi to create texture. That would be nice. Anyway, so I'm going to be running low on this yarn, and I realized that this yarn right here is called Paint Box, and I think that it's only sold on Love's Craft spot channel, and so there might have to start making an order soon. Maybe not right now. Maybe wait until I get more of these things done and see if I need any more of it. But I had to put it into a ball because the skein was getting kind of flat. And, well, I was working with it, crocheting, and all of a sudden it wasn't wanting to tug out. So I had to pause, tug it out, get the knot out, And so it was starting to knot out because it was getting so flat. And so after I did the last leg, before I did the pincher, I'm going to round it into a ball. And that way it's easier to work with. But I've got a lot of little balls. And so I want to find some containers that you can see into to see the colors, see what you need, that you can put it inside of, because one of those clear plastic shelves might not work. I do want to get the clear plastic shelves, but I'm afraid of ordering the wrong thing. I don't want to order one that's too flat and not square. I want to make sure it's deep and square in the right size. And I'm afraid of not getting the right size. That's what I'm afraid of. And so I'm getting these cheese ball things. Clear plastic, big, huge barrel of poop, corn pups. And I'm letting my great niece eat them. I don't really like them as much. They're a little too hard. But my great niece loves them and my mom likes them. So I'm treating them and keeping the container. It has a purple lid. It don't matter what color of the lid. But anyway, this big enough to stick a whole bunch of balls into. I just have to figure out how to get the label off. Maybe soak it. That might be what I have to do, is soak it so I can get the label off. I already got one of those to use to put my yarn scraps in, because I have some yarn scraps that are maybe that long, and they're long enough that they can make the chains to the jellyfish if I make them. But yeah, that's another matter. I haven't figured out how to make the jellyfish pattern. I will work on a jellyfish pattern that's different than the others. That's what I need to do, make it different. But yeah, some of the strands are still going to be crochet, single crochet, and that the tentacles that come down from a jellyfish, that's still going to be that way. But it's going to be different. It has to be different. It has to be recognizable as a jellyfish, but different. So we shall see how I do that. But I'm trying not to let my brain go off into the pattern writing stage right now, because if I did that before I finish all these other prototypes, I would have too many written patterns and not enough of them done. And I just have to pace myself. That's what I have to do. Pace myself. Finish this crab. Work on the clam or the dolphin. Maybe the dolphin. I'm excited about the dolphin. And then after that, I can figure out how different a whale would be, how different a shark would be, a swordfish. The octopus I'm going to do different, because I'm not going to make him round. And octopuses are not round, really. They kind of conform to the shape. They're more of a flat, kind of like that. And they can get round. But in general, they're not round. I don't want to make a blowfish. I don't want to do that. I don't know. That wouldn't do good. But anyway, so I've got other sea creature ideas coming that I can add. I don't know how many I would need for a book. I guess I need to research that, and I need to make sure that I'm writing the pattern down according to the standards, because someone mentioned that, and I really don't know what the standards are. I know what I've read in different other pattern books, how they word things sometimes, but they're all different. So that's how come I don't really know what the standards are, the best way to word them. And even though I know what stitches I'm doing and how many, I just need to make sure I'm wording it right when I write the pattern down to be in the book. And get professional photos. I don't have a light box. I have a light sheet. Yes, it's flat. I can't remember what it's called. I bought it so I can use it with my art. Here's how I do some of my art, my colored pencil drawings. I have some the drawing paper that I have is high quality. If you mark on it and erase, that mark is still there, even if your pencil mark is gone. I mean, it's indented into the paper. And so I take my drawings that have worked out ahead of time on cheap paper sketches, and it's mine, so I get to do this because I originally drew them. It's not cheating, not really. I just transfer my drawings to the paper, the final paper I'm going to put them on, using colors of similar to what they're going to be, so that when I do finally color pencil them in, they're hidden. The lines are hidden. I hide the lines that way. But I had been, before I had broke my ankle, been taking my drawings to the window, holding them up, and tracing with the sunlight coming through the window. And I can't do that no more. I don't have the balance or the strength. And so I bought a light thing. It's like about that size. It's a little bit bigger than, it's about a little bit bigger than the 11 by 13. It's good size, and it doesn't work unless you have it plugged in, and you can plug it into your USB to your laptop, and your laptop does need to be turned on. And just simply, and you have different settings of brightness that you can use with that, and trace what you need. Sometimes it's hard to see which part you have traced, but if you take it away from there and you put them back together, well, I do tape the two pieces together, and I still tape I did that before, and I still do that. I tape the two pieces together, and that way that I don't have any extra lines drawn before I work on the drawing. Colored pencil drawing. That's what I like to do. Anyway, it's been a long time since I've used the watercolor paper to make watercolor. I got to the point where I, just several years, while back, several years after college, I discovered Chinese ink sticks, and they have them in color, and they have Chinese ink stones, and Chinese brushes I like too, but I also use the other brushes. But Chinese ink sticks don't do they're already dried out. They're made to be dried out, and so therefore they can last a long time. And that's what I do with my watercolor nowadays. Instead of using the watercolor that we have here, comes in tubes, and you push it. If you're not doing a lot of watercolor and you have them in tubes like that and they dry out, you'd have to it'd be a big mess to deal with. But anyway, so I like to do Chinese ink stick paintings. Not in the Chinese style, though. In my own style. But it's been a while since I've done that, and it's been a while since I've done a color pencil drawing. It was a year ago, right after I was out of the hospital. I finished up one that I had started. I've got another one drawn out, ready to start, but I'm concentrating on my crochet. And that's what I'm doing right now. And anyway, so mostly crochet, and now hopefully by next Friday you'll see a finished object of a crab, and maybe I'll have started on the dolphin. I think I'm aiming at the dolphin after this. But anyway, so while it's nice and peaceful in this house, I'm going to go ahead and say bye. If you'll like, subscribe, and comment below, I would love it. Let me know who else watching my channel. I would like that. Anyway, so gonna talk to you later. So bye now.